Welcome to Awning Composer, version 5, tips and tricks. This video is a quick overview of how to create a shop drawing that can be sent to your fabrication department. If you do not already have a dynamic object in the scene, add one now. I'm going to add a traditional awning, set my dimensions, and uncheck the fabric box below Object Parts List to remove the fabric from the frame. Now you can focus on the frame details of your dynamic object. In this case, I'm going to add a 6-inch sideband. Then I'm going to zoom into my awning and position my camera so I'm looking at the awning in a perspective view from the left front corner. To make the shop drawing easier to understand, we are going to color code the frame parts and add reference numbers. While your dynamic object is selected, open the Option tab here under Parameters and check Multicolored Parts and Show Part Numbering. The system defaults to showing like parts with the same dimensions as groups. An example is rafters, which are all shown with the same color. If you want to color and number each part individually, then uncheck Combine Space Parts and uncheck Combine Related Parts. It's now time to start creating the shop drawing, which is done using the Page Layout feature. To access this, click the File tab and then Print. Note that there are several icons in the middle of the screen for performing functions in the Page Layout feature. We are going to choose the first icon, which is New Layout. This creates a blank page with a live view of our awning from a 3D scene. My paper orientation is currently in portrait mode, but in this case I'm going to choose landscape for my shop drawing. Before we go on, I want to remind you about a few things. First, you can use the render image to crop the white space from around your awning so it doesn't take too much room on your page. Second, an image window with green squares around it is a live image. So whatever I do to my awning in the 3D scene will also change the live image window in the page layout. And finally, to create a static image, we can right-click on the live window, choose Copy from the Strip menu, and then right-click anywhere within the white space of the page layout and choose Paste. This will create an image with gray squares. Finally, I'm resizing the static image to make room for more images. For the next image on my page layout, I want a colored frame with basic dimensions, but I don't need part numbers. To remove the part numbers, simply go back to the Options tab and uncheck Show Part Numbering. To add basic width, height, and depth dimensions, click on the top half of the dimensions icon in the ribbon. Now we want to show the awning from the side and from the front using the orthographic view feature, which allows a 3D object to be shown as a 2D image. To change the angle of your awning to orthographic, go to the Camera tab and click the preset you'd like to add. I'll start by clicking the left button. Now I need to add this left view to my page layout. First, I'll crop the white space using Render Image. Next, I'll click Print and then use the Copy Paste feature to create a static image. Finally, I'll resize my image and move it to make room for my next image. Now it's time to create the front view. Return to the camera tab, and now click Front button. Repeat the steps of cropping the image, copying the image, and pasting the image to create a static front view. Now that I have all the views I want, I'm going to add my parts list to the page layout. To do this, click the green circle with the plus sign at the bottom of the page layout menu and select Parts List. You can move the parts list around by placing your mouse over the square box with dots in it. Hold it down and you'll see this parts list move. You can change the font or font size by making sure your parts list is selected and choosing your font options. Now I can add text boxes by clicking the green circle again and choose Text Box. Using the plain text box, I'm going to add labels for each of the views: front, side, and perspective. Finally, I'm going to add my company logo and company name and a due date for the job. And the last step is to print out the shop drawing and send it to the fabrication department. Thanks so much for watching Awning Composer version 5 tips and tricks.